So we are gonna do it next week.
Okay. Okay. Starting. All right. We are
Hello.
live again. Hello, Melike.
Hello, Ricardo.
How are you?
I'm perfectly fine today. Sun is shining and I
The
cannot
sun is shining. It's
Yes.
amazing.
Yeah.
Spring is coming. Actually, I saw flowers blossoming in my garden today.
Yeah, and the birds are singing in the morning. It's so
I
nice,
feel
no?
like Snow White. Yeah, so, um, yeah, guys, so I want to talk about workshops or workshop sessions, right? And what is really, really interesting for me is that I got a conversation with Chaba, which is the boss around here.
somewhere there. Yeah.
And he went to a meetup one of these days. And he didn't get a very good experience. And then I was trying to recall the last time I went to a workshop and I didn't have a good experience. Melike, have you ever been in a workshop where you didn't have a good experience?
Yes, actually, I went this like a kind of a 3 weeks training in the north of Italy, which was about social theater.
Okay.
So, and at that time I had to give my thesis, master thesis, but I found this opportunity and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give my thesis in the next semester. So I'm like, I'm going to this workshop.
Yeah.
And then I went there and it was, oh my God, it was really bad and I had a regret in a way that, oh, thank you very much. I had a regret that why I didn't give my thesis. And there was no person who was professional about theater. It was just like a community of people who are just practicing theater and drama, maybe maximum for 1 year, but they were selling it in a way that, oh, we are experienced for 15 years, 20 years, we have these projects, blah, 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 blah. But it was a fiction.
There is a lot of scam
Yeah, yeah,
in this industry because people tend to say that they are really, really good. And that is this fake it till you make it.
yes.
Such a big pile of, yeah.
What about you, by the
Yeah,
way?
I had plenty of sessions where I was not really comfortable in what I was seeing, right? And mainly because of the presenter, mainly because of the person actually giving the workshop session. In short, for me, there are two kinds of presenters, right? There's a facilitator and there is a teacher.
Yeah, exactly.
A facilitator does not need to know the whole topic of anything. A facilitator is just, as the name says, is facilitating knowledge.
Or moderator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of a moderator.
Yeah, yeah.
And a teacher is a different thing. He's really teaching. He's passing knowledge through in a structured way where people can actually assess different information and gather that into a combined knowledge, right? Please, teachers and coaches and everyone, write down if I'm saying something that is really wrong. I would love to learn about this even more. But coming back to my experiences, all the time it comes down to what is the experience and what is the way of communicating of that person, right? So you see, you can sense like it's in the air. I mean, I don't know, maybe I have a sense for these things, but when a person is speaking too fast, you know that they are super nervous. And that's not good. You lose audience when you are nervous because they try to put themselves in your shoes, or they just want to roast you, and it's not good because then they are not focusing on what you're saying. They are focusing in what they are feeling towards you, not what they are feeling or having a knowledge about what you as as a presenter is exposing.
I think here there is a general problem about how we are doing the presentation, because in general people are choosing one way of communication and then it's not happening in an interactive way. So the first thing I think in the contemporary world we should focus on more performative presentations which you can interact with spectators and involve them to the process. Otherwise, you are going to be super nervous and you are going to lose your own way as a presenter, I think.
4 years ago, when I was starting to give these workshops for young people, I used to work for an organization called Isaac.
Yeah.
And I got into a position that I need to pass on knowledge, right? So I started giving workshops to people. And I was in the very beginning of my giving workshop career something. And one of the feedbacks that I received, and okay, we have a guest again.
Come over.
Come here.
Get it.
Let's talk with. Okay, he left. So one of the feedbacks that I received back then was that you're trying too hard.
To make it interactive?
Yes, because that's something that you said that you have to make it performatic, right? But then I received this feedback. You're trying too hard to engage the audience instead of talking to them like it's a normal conversation. And
Okay,
that's
I see
something,
your
you
point.
know, performance is good and it's needed, right? But if it's not natural, people will know.
Yeah, of course, I totally agree. Also, it's related with the topic.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
like you cannot be super performative in every kind of presentation, I think.
Yeah, it depends on what you're passing on,
what you
right?
are talking
Yeah.
on.
What you're referring to is when the presenter is talking at the other audience, not to the audience. There's a big difference.
Okay.
You probably need to repeat it because I'm too
Okay.
quiet.
So Rob is here.
Yeah, you don't see him,
we
but
can't really see. We have to have a camera here, Rob, for your interactions.
Yeah.
voiceover.
So what Rob is saying is very, very important, is that sometimes the presenter is not talking to the audience. He's talking for the audience. It's at the audience and not for. Can you repeat that again?
Yeah. The presenter shouldn't talk at the audience. He or she should talk to the audience.
Yes,
There's
yes,
a big difference because talking at the audience is just spewing information out.
It's a
but
monologue.
You say
Yeah.
it because they can't hear me.
Yeah. So what Rob is saying, but I'm sure that you can hear somehow, is that when. Okay.
Come here, yeah, it's easier.
The mic.
Talking at the audience means that the presenter is just talking and talking and talking and not involving the audience. He's not caring about the audience's feelings towards the subject. Talking to the audience is involving the audience. Not necessarily where there's an interaction, but in making the presentation so it's interesting for the people who are listening to it.
Yeah, also I think there are another way of communication. You can make the audience comfortable with your facial expressions, with your gestures when you are doing the presentation, right? Like in a way that you are here, I am here for you, and then I am talking with you basically.
Yeah.
Hello.
So what is... No, he's not going to have it. Sweet.
No, no sweet for dogs, guys.
Yeah, not good. So what Rob was saying is really, really important. Whenever you're talking to your audience, you don't have to make every presentation a stand-up comedy where you put the mic to anyone, right? But you have to make them relate to your story in some way, in some level. And there are several ways to do that. Like Melika mentioned, we have body language, facial expressions, language patterns, because also, of course, you have to understand who you're talking to in order, you're not going to talk like logically, like a lawyer, to a bunch of younglings. I mean, it's ridiculous, you shouldn't do that.
Exactly.
And the other thing is, yeah, it depends also on the mood that you want to bring to the audience, and of course the topic. So there are several ways on how to do that. You can bring a story or anything. So, Melika, I know that you have some kinds of workshops, right?
Yes, I'm doing workshops, which is called as Theater for Social Change.
Yeah.
And it's happening once in a week, every Tuesday in Painters Palace. So if you're gonna follow the page, which is called as Painters Palace, you can reach the workshop, guys. And it's free, it's donation based. You don't have to pay anything, because there are like this kind of workshops that you have to pay too much money. And I had experience that I had to pay money when I was broke. So I'm doing it for free, basically.
Nice. And what is your let's say, like your strategy? How do you present the things? How is your style of presenting the workshop?
So the thing is, since it's theater, it's completely different than you know, every kind of workshop, because it's not something informative. Like from the beginning of the workshop, we are starting with warm up, with small exercises. Like when you are chat, you are playing these like little games, super easy. And in the second part, we are switching to more serious exercises in a way that. But my strategy, first of all, I especially want people who doesn't have any experience in theater, because it's about like we need to play, all of us. In you know, like you don't have to be an actor or actress. Just come and let's play together. This is my strategy. Yeah.
So thank you very much, Melike.
You're welcome.
I'm sure to come next Tuesday.
Perfect.
So let's see if your presentation skills are really good.
Okay, amazing.
Guys, I invite you to write down Gergő, Rohit, and Nikki. Guys, I know that you're watching me, because you told me yesterday that you're seeing me somehow. So please write down any comments. What are your experiences with workshops? And let us know, because I'm really curious. And don't forget that, here at Abimato, we are building also a platform that soon you will see some meetups coming up here. And one more thing, don't miss Startup Safari. It's coming on the 17th, 18th, and 19th of April. And this is the biggest event for workshop sessions or lectures that you can learn a lot of stuff. Just go to the website and choose your track. Choose your track. And you can just enjoy 3 days of pure learning and pure knowledge sharing in Budapest. So Startup Safari.
Maybe see you there, guys.
See you guys. Thank you very much
Have
for
a nice
today.
week. Bye.
And have a wonderful week.